Hi, my name is Michelle Alva. I'm your sex, self-love, and intimacy coach. And I'm going to talk to you today about why your vulnerability is your power. Vulnerability means that we allow ourselves to feel our emotions as they arise in the present moment. Now, if we block our feelings or our emotions, do you ever hold back your tears, or do you ever feel like you want to say something but you keep it inside? A sign of holding back your vulnerability is that you develop this tension in your throat, a knot in your throat, or you may feel pressure here in your eyes that you want to cry but you don't let yourself do that. So whenever we block the flow of our emotions, we're actually blocking the power of our vulnerability. And we're blocking ourselves in general. And guess what? We're not meant to be stagnant. We're not meant to be holding. Our nature is to flow. We thrive when we flow. We grow when we flow. And we're meant to be love, mostly. Acceptance, compassion, forgiveness. Everything seems to work out so much easier when we allow ourselves to feel. And we let those emotions flow out of our bodies. A really helpful tool to flow your emotions and get more in touch with your vulnerability is to feel your heart presence. And so throughout the day, this is something I recommend to do, is put your hand over your chest. Check in with your emotions, check in with your feelings, check in with how you're sensing yourself, and are you censoring yourself, or are you really allowing yourself to be yourself? We're put on this planet to be full out, authentically expressed, and when we do, we attract more abundance, we attract more love, we attract everything flowing in our direction in a much easier way. When we hold back our emotions, we literally stagnate our life. And so it's really important to stay connected to your heart, to let yourself feel whatever arises, and then to use your breathing, your conscious breaths, and your sounds. This is something we use a lot in Tantra. A lot of Tantra practices include that. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling with a sigh. Opening your jaw. And this is a very simple technique to help process and flow any stagnant emotions. So I highly recommend that. And then check in with yourself. Do I feel safe enough to be vulnerable right now? Am I feeling safe enough, supported enough with myself to trust myself enough to reveal these emotions? And the amazing thing is, when we start to really allow ourselves to feel and flow, to process these old trapped emotions in our bodies, different memories arise. So you might be saying, oh, I watched Michelle's video, I'm gonna start to practice this. Let me put my hand on my chest and then you may think of someone from the past, or you may feel sadness from the past. So it's really important for you not to analyze what you're thinking or feeling about as you're processing those energies that were stuck before, and now you feel safe enough to be vulnerable with yourself and open up. And the best thing to do is just be the witness of all those emotions, memories, sensations. Hold space for yourself without any judgment. And do your best to not have to suppress yourself, because this starts to create this relationship with yourself where you're able to be vulnerable with yourself. And you're saying, I accept you, to yourself by doing that. You're no longer blocking your feelings. You're no longer suppressing your feelings. And then you start to feel this deeper connection with yourself, this deeper acceptance with yourself. It's so important not to say, man, I'm 46 years old and I can't believe I'm just learning how to do this. I've been so unavailable to myself. Why did I have to be disconnected for so long? Why haven't I let myself be vulnerable? Why is this so hard for me? We have that chatty Cathy inside that tenses us up as you're going through your self-discovery process, this beautiful, healing, transformational opportunity to be more vulnerable and to be in your power vulnerably. And then you say to yourself, why did it take me so long? Why? Okay, so I just gotta add this in this video, is what you can come into that moment with is, I get to be more vulnerable now. Yay, I get to discover more my deeper parts. Yay, I get to hold space for myself. I get to learn how to accept myself. I finally get to experience deeper heart connection with myself. Yay, I get to be more emotionally available with myself. Yay, I get to process all this bitterness and all this anger and resentment and frustration. Yay, I get to flow my emotions. I get to cultivate this commitment with myself to really being there for me. Finally, I've been there for everybody else. Yay, I get to know my chest even better. And so you can use these words, I get to, instead of saying, why did it take me so long? Why couldn't I do this before? Why can't I do this on my own? When you do that, you're basing it all on the past of who you were. When you say, I get to learn this, I get to overcome this, I get to be more resilient, I get to learn this. What happens is you're looking into the future and you're accepting more of the present moment of what it was. And a big part of this is about forgiveness, forgiving yourself. Some of us are really hard on ourselves, and that's what gets in the way of moving forward, is the self-forgiveness. Well, if you need any more support, I offer Zoom and phone sessions. If you would like an expert at processing and flowing your emotions, subscribe to my channel and share this video with a friend. Anybody that you know that's depressed, anxious, anyone going through a loss, grieving through a breakup, a divorce, a separation, anybody that is feeling lack, less than, benefits from getting in touch with their vulnerability. And let me tell you folks, to me, you could have everything in the world, material-wise. When you have vulnerability in yourself, you get to experience this multi-millionaire feeling inside that is such a deep connection that it's priceless, honestly, to live from this place of really owning your sovereignty, your power, who you really are. This is what vulnerability opens us up to, because you get to embrace the shamed, the guilty, the bitter, the anger, whatever resentments you had about yourself. When you're vulnerable, you're saying, I'm available. I'm emotionally available. I'm here. I'm staying. I'm not gonna leave you. Whew, and that's such a turn on. It's so exciting. It's so sexy. For someone to really show up and be there with you, it promotes the flow of your sexual energy. And so let me know if you want to dive deeper and learn more how to be more in touch with all of who you are. This is really one of the precursors to whole body orgasm, to living a more pleasure-filled life. On the other side of that challenging time of holding space with your emotions is whole body orgasm, is joy, is peace, is happiness. And remember, these are just emotions. These are things that we feel. So keep on feeling and keep on flowing, and give yourself a big hug. Say thank you wherever you're at on this journey. It's perfect for you. And you're allowed to learn some new things, and you're allowed to work with someone who can benefit you in that way. And that's why I'm here, to hold space for people to process and flow the weight of their past, to go from emotional pain, physical pain, to pleasure, ease, lightness, and being a magnet for everything that is truly aligned with who you really are. And this is what you get to experience when you get more in touch with your vulnerability. Have an awesome day, and let me know how this video benefit you and how your journey is going in diving deeper into self-love, vulnerability, and owning your power.